facts you might not know. From the biggest flops to the greatest hits, this is Trash Can Tidbits.
Hi there, everybody. This is Beaton, and welcome back to Trash Can Tidbits. I hope everyone out there had a happy Thanksgiving and found something to be thankful for this year. Last time, I asked the question, which Disney villain was the first to not have an appearance in Kingdom Hearts 2, despite the movie's characters appearing in it? The answer is Gaston. For some reason, Gaston does not appear in Kingdom Hearts 2 at all, even though the majority of the movie's characters doing so. Even most of the original voice actors, including Paige O'Hara as Belle, Robbie Benson as the Beast, and even Angela Lansbury as Mrs. Potts, lend their voices to the game. The role of the villain in the Beast's castle level was instead given to Organization 13 member Zaldin, who tries to convince the Beast to turn on everyone, but Sora and the gang are able to snap him out of it. I guess no one like Gaston can turn the Beast into a nobody. Now, with that addressed, let's get started with fact number 1. Did you know that Dolly Parton's sister starred in a sitcom based on one of her movies? Dolly's film debut was 1980's 9 to 5, where she played Dora Lee Rhodes, one of the 3 women who schemed to do away with their sexist boss. 2 years later, in 1982, there was a TV series based on the movie which consisted of 85 episodes and ran in syndication from 1982 to 1988. Dolly's younger sister, Rachel Dennison, played Dora Lee in the series. From what I could gather though, not many episodes are known to survive, and it's never been released on DVD either. Fact 2. Did you know that the car chase in the Bond movie Diamonds Are Forever was filmed by 2 different stunt teams and contains a notable blooper in the footage? The car chase, filmed primarily in Las Vegas, had Bond driving a red Mustang, being chased by the Las Vegas police, and ending with him driving the car in and out of a narrow alley by balancing it on 2 wheels. While the stunt itself was very impressive, the footage of the car getting on the wheels was filmed at Pinewood Studios in London, on its right side. The shot of it driving out was shot in Vegas, and notably shows the car balanced on the other side, the left side. Apparently, the 2 stunt teams were not in communication with each other, and each refused to film it again. To make up for it, a shot of Sean Connery from inside the car was filmed so that it actually attempted to show the car changing sides in the scene itself. Fact 3. Did you know that the movie The Mask of Zorro had an alternate ending? In the movie, after the final sword battle where both Zorros, Don Diego and Alejandro, exact their revenge against the main villains of the film, Don Montero and Captain Love respectively, and where Don Diego dies, the freed peasants would have joined Elena and a now unmasked Alejandro as they make their way to safety and encounter real-life General Antonio Lopez de Santa Anna. Santa Anna would have led the peasants away to safety, leaving Alejandro and Elena alone in the desert, where they kiss, ending the movie there. The ending in the film, however, works a lot better, with Alejandro and Elena now married and telling the story of their adventures to their newborn son, Joaquin. This ending effectively bookmarks the scenes of Don Diego telling the story of his adventures to baby Elena at the beginning of the film, ensuring that the legend of Zorro would live on in the next generation. Fact 4. Did you know that the origin story for Mr. Freeze on the Batman animated series has now become canon in the Batman universe? Mr. Freeze's comic origins began in the late 50s, where he was more of a joke character and was originally known as Mr. Zero. He wasn't called Mr. Freeze until the Batman TV series from the 1960s, where, again, due to the show's tone, was a joke character. It wouldn't be until the early 90s when writer Paul Dini gave a brand new interpretation to the character for Batman the Animated Series, making him a cold-hearted villain with a tragic backstory. Mr. Freeze became Dr. Victor Freeze, a scientist searching for a cure for his dying wife, cryogenically freezing her body and becoming entangled with freezing chemicals, changing not only his body, but his psyche. This portrayal has since become the definitive backstory for the character, even winning the episode Heart of Ice, which featured this new interpretation, an Emmy Award. Fact 5. Did you know that the mysterious girl in the Red Ferrari in National Lampoon's Vacation was going to have a bigger role? The girl, played by Christy Brinkley, remains unnamed in the film, distracting the family patriarch Clark Griswold from plans to get to Wally World. However, though the final film has her unnamed, her true identity was revealed in the film's deleted alternate ending. She is none other than the daughter of Roy Wally, the founder of Wally World. The original ending would have had Clark snap and take Wally hostage at his home, and his daughter would have arrived with the police to come to talk Clark down and convince her father to not file charges against him. This ending would have given a bigger role to Brinkley's character, but the ending used instead had the Griswolds enjoying Wally World in a bigger capacity, writing in John Candy as the park security guard who gets taken hostage by the Griswolds. Fact 6. Did you know that a former sumo wrestling champion made a cameo appearance in a Fast and Furious movie? In Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift, there's a scene where the main character, Sean, tries to collect money at a bathhouse from a huge guy with a big bear tattoo on his back. The huge guy responds by throwing Sean out of the establishment. The Paw Man was played by Konishiki, a former sumo champion of Samoan birth who made literal waves in Japan throughout the 1980s and 90s. At his peak, he was 600 plus pounds, making him one of the heaviest sumo competitors of all time, earning nicknames like Meat Bomb and the Dump Truck due to his big physique and unorthodox wrestling style. He was considered an underdog of his time, sadly never earning the highest sumo rank, Yokozuna. But ever since his retirement, Konishiki has dabbled in music and acting, including his small but memorable Fast and Furious cameo. Fact 7. Did you know that Harley Quinn was not only created specifically for Batman the Animated Series, but was created with her original voice actress in mind? In the Season 1 episode, Joker's Favor, there was going to be a scene with the Joker disguising himself as a woman as bait for a trap for Batman, but the writers decided not to do that, as it was below the Joker's ego. Writer Paul Dini instead recalled an episode of the soap opera Days of Our Lives, which featured a friend of his, actress Arlene Sorkin, in a jester's costume for a dream sequence. Dini created the character of Dr. Harleen Quinzel, aka Harley Quinn, based on Sorkin's performance, and subsequently convinced the producers to hire her. And in so doing, the show's most popular character was born, eventually being incorporated into the Batman mythos. Fact 8. Did you know that the Greek chorus, or the street urchins, in the musical Little Shop of Horrors were each named after girl groups? The three girls who pop up throughout the show, singing the title song and other songs with the main characters, are named Crystal, Ronette, and Chiffon. The Crystals were a defining girl group in the early 60s, the Ronettes existed from the mid-50s to the mid-70s, and the Chiffons continued to exist from 1960 onwards. Each had their fair share of hit songs, but the obvious inspiration for the three urchins in Little Shop was the girl group that truly defined the Motown sound, the Supremes. Fact 9. Did you know that the sister of Liesel in The Sound of Music was in Disney's Jungle Book? Darlene Carr, a singer and actress who worked primarily in television, played the Man Village girl, Shanti, who entices Mowgli to the Man Village with the song My Own Home. Carr was also the younger sister of Charbin Carr, who was best known for playing the oldest daughter, Liesel Von Trapp, in The Sound of Music. Darlene also provided some dubbing in the latter film, singing one high note for the character of Kurt Von Trapp in the song So Long Farewell. Darlene's Jungle Book role was only one of two voices in that movie where the characters were female. Fact 10. Did you know that there is a bit of a hidden actor reference in the current off-Broadway revival of Little Shop of Horrors? Storytime! Little Shop was the first show I went to see in 22 months since the pandemic started, and it definitely did not disappoint. It's always been one of my favorite shows. Anyway, there's a line towards the end of the show where the female lead Audrey discovers that the plant Audrey 2 is alive and talks. She asks if she's dreaming, and the plant responds, "No, and you ain't in Kansas neither." While this line may go unnoticed by the casual theatergoer, it has a hidden double meaning, at least for me. Playing Audrey in this current production is actress Tammy Blanchard, who has appeared in other Broadway musicals such as Gypsy, and films including Moneyball and Into the Woods. Blanchard's breakout role, however, was as a young Judy Garland in the TV movie Life with Judy Garland, Me and My Shadows, playing the iconic actress from her early years to the making of The Wizard of Oz. Suddenly, Audrey 2's line about Kansas doesn't seem so throwaway now, does it? And here's this week's trivia question. The 1994 remake of Miracle on 34th Street is not really well regarded, considering the original film is a true classic. However, it does feature some great performances by the likes of Sir Richard Attenborough as Kris Kringle and Mara Wilson as Susan Walker, the little girl who comes to believe in Santa Claus. For all intents and purposes, though, that's really all the movie was best known for. The title of the film is meant to represent the Macy's store in New York City, also the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, which we actually already had. My question to you is, true or false? Macy's was highly supportive of the 1994 remake of Miracle on 34th Street and agreed to let the film use their name. And there we go for this week. Now we're really starting to get into the holidays, and stay tuned for more fun stuff. Who knows? Maybe you'll get to see another Christmas-themed list. Let me know some facts you might want to see in here. And please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and ring the bell to be notified for future videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.